at the end of dynamite. There was plenty of that at night. Back in Nagasaki with the bell through the back end when we wag you. You know how to entertain. Hurry again. Back in Nagasaki with the bell through the back end when we wag you.
Welcome to Book Time with Ryan. I am Ryan, and today I'm doing part 2 of my Tsumura collection. This is a collection of another great collection, and that is the collection of Akira Tsumura. I did a video a few years, maybe a couple years ago, where I highlighted my collection of Akira Tsumura related stuff that I had collected, I think, since 2014. And I felt it was pretty complete. There were things that I knew I was missing, but I felt pretty good about it. There were things I was missing. And for any collector, you never want to miss stuff. So I just had to deal with it and live with it. Well, that video got back to Mr. Tsumura, and I think he liked it. And it was an opportunity for me to show so much of what he's made, and he sent me more stuff. Now, that first video, I had collected 99% of what was in that video. Just finding them, random places, looking online. I knew there were things I was missing. There were things that I didn't know I was missing. But I did that with the exception of a letter and 2 pictures from Mr. Tsumura that he sent me. And I mentioned that. You can see that in the video. Well, he sent me 2 different packages over the last few months. And I'm going to show you today my part 2 of the Tsumura collection. And because now we have 2 videos highlighting his collection, I'm going to start my own playlist on my channel that has Tsumura collection stuff. So if I have anything else to add, we can do it there. All right. This is going to be hard to know what order I should do this in. I think I will do the books first, and then I will show you some DVDs and CDs and records. And in my first video, I told you that I had records, but I didn't have a record player. And that has since changed. My wife got me a record player, so I am now able to listen to all these records from the first video and the record in this video. First up, this is a collection of American songs that Akira Tsumura accumulated and had bound. American songs. On the back of it is the peg head of a nice banjo, and it has the music. This is a sheet music. I guess, is it sheet music? Is that right? It's not tablature. It's notes. Oh wait, maybe there's tablature in here. Is there? No, I don't know what that is. So I have not looked through this yet. There's some handwriting in it, and pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I will look through that later. It's pretty thick too. I also got it's a wine listing that includes art that his wife did. This guy, strong dude. I believe she also did the art for a number of the record covers from the first video, kind of the ones that were all done in the same style. This is all in Japanese, which I don't know, but that's cool. She did a great job. All right, next up is what he first sent me, and this is the Do You Remember LPs, the Tsumura Rare LP collection. And this is a limited run. I don't think these were ever produced really, but it has all the covers of these different jazz LPs, rare LPs. I don't want to hurt it, but very cool. Oh, there's a picture. There he is with his wife and daughter and a bunch of banjos. More Japanese writing that I don't know. Maybe I should take it next door and show some of my Japanese neighbors, and they can translate it. Or I could learn it, but that's probably not going to happen. So this is the photographs of the different LPs. He had this huge collection. And with the collection, because we come to expect that Mr. Tsumura will have a lot of information about his collection. So this also is the invoices for the LPs. And it's a price list of what was paid. This was in, I believe, the 90s, 91. So that's cool to have, especially with this together. This was cool. I knew this was coming. I didn't expect it. But I looked through this so far once, and it's very cool. What a Wonderful World of Space. This is a book of his collection of sci-fi, space, fantasy books. So cool. And it's a collection of the books, the covers, and they're just so neat. They're so cool. And they're older collections. But I think they're so cool. There's some Japanese in here. I don't know what it says. I think the covers of these books and magazines and I think comics are very neat. I want to look through this more. I think it's just so cool to see old science fiction work that was ahead of its time or had some idea of what they thought the future would look like, and just thinking, what does it look like now and how close is it? I could just flip through this whole thing and just show you cool picture after cool picture. At the end of it, there is some of his work and his wife's work. That's like the wine selection I just showed you, the art from that. There's also the art from the LPs, the covers that were his band records that were created by his wife. So cool. These are awesome. I don't know what these pictures are up here. These are the record covers. And I don't know if these are the inspirations or the first versions or what, how they are. I don't know. That's cool. I actually didn't realize that until I just looked at it. But just such cool artwork. And again, probably one of a kind. I don't know where you could get these things. Mine were sent to me from Mr. Tsumura, which thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. I will show you let's do the DVDs. This is Jazz History. There are, I think, 4. And there's also a little pamphlet in here that talks about them in Japanese. There are, I think, 4. Oh, no, there's 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 DVDs in here having to do with the history of jazz. I haven't watched them yet, so that's cool. And then this was pretty cool. I just watched this too during lunch. It is the Welcome to My House, Akira Tsumura's Open House Party, and it's a DVD of a party they had where his band played. So you actually get to see Mr. Tsumura playing his banjo and other instruments, but mostly his banjo. And some of his other collections, like that sweet car, which I had a micro machine of. Not as cool as having the actual car, but I had the micro machine, and it was very cool. The doors flipped open, the gold wings. It was very, very advanced micro machine toy. Next, the CDs. Now, in the last video, I showed the CDs that I had, and I just found Volume 1. I already had Volume 2, but I had Volume 1 added, and that was the big new purchase. That was the newest thing I had in the collection, and there had been a long time since I had purchased something before that, so it was something I didn't know was out there. Figured it out. Well, I knew it was out there because there was a Volume 2, but I found it. Well, there's a Volume 3 too, the Storyville Incredibles Plus, 1995. Mr. Tsumura sent this to me. But he said there were some issues with some of the sound, I think with the drums maybe. So he had it remix in 2011. This is from 95. This is 2011. very rare. I mean, they're both rare, but this is extremely hard to find, as in, I don't know where else you would get it besides from Mr. Tsumura. So these are cool. I'll be able to listen to these, and I plan to. It's called We're Tired. That's the remix. They're both We're Tired. So that's cool. And then he also sent me the Storyville Dandies in St. Louis. I think this is probably the same as the record. That's what I'm guessing, because there is a Storyville Dandies in St. Louis record that you would have seen in my first video. Here it is again. And I'm really looking forward to listening to all these. And now the one record that I knew existed that I couldn't find, Mr. Tsumura sent me, and it was just so cool. The Palm Springs Yacht Club. Now, you'll remember in that first video, I talked about I think it was the anniversary concert of the Palm Springs Yacht Club. So this is the first one. And here's the back. And it is signed by Mr. Tsumura right here. So that's very cool. I'm looking forward to listening to this. You can also see Mr. Tsumura playing his banjo there. What I really enjoy is I actually get to see him playing this. Up until now, I had seen a lot of pictures, but now I got to see video. He was inducted into the Banjo Hall of Fame at the American Banjo Museum in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, which is so neat. Like, I would love to visit. I'm going to visit that museum at some point. But he won this great award, and it just kind of coincided with, well, actually, it was after I had made this video, but it was just kind of cool to see people honor him and his contribution to banjos and his amazing collection. And I just feel like with what I already had, and then especially with what Mr. Tsumura has sent me, that I really have the best collection of his collection without banjos, right? So I don't have the things that he collected, but the categorization, the cataloging of the things he collected, I feel like this is the best collection out there. That's not really a brag. It's just like I felt like I've gotten there. There is one version of 1001 Banjos, the Tsumura Collection book that I know exists, and I think there are 100 of them, and I haven't ever seen one. But I think that's the only thing that I don't have, at least I know of. And I have the other version of it. I mean, that's it right there, but it was just, there's a slightly different version with a bag. This design like the book. So thank you for being here today. And to Mr. Tsumura, Origato, to everyone else who is finding out about the Tsumura collection or was already aware of it, I hope you enjoy seeing these really one-of-a-kind pieces, and go back and watch that other video so you can see the rest of the collection, the earlier parts of the collection that I had too. Thanks. Have a good one. Bye.